Hello friends, this is Jana from the Milwaukee Learning Library. Today I brought my friend Duck, quack quack, and we have a story to share with you. But we're going to start with a little welcome song because I'm so happy to see you. So Duck's going to watch. Duck's going to sit right here and watch. Take your two hands. We're going to clap those hands on our legs just like this. It's so good to see you that I could hardly wait. Won't you clap your hands with me and count to 8? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. It's so good to see you that I could hardly wait. Won't you roll your hands with me and count to 8? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. It's so good to see you that I could hardly wait. Won't you wave hello with me and count to 8? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello, friends. Okay, so I have a duck story to share with you today. Now let's count how many ducks we have right here on the board. Can you help me count? We have one big duck right here in the middle. And then how many little yellow ducklings do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little ducklings. Let's go meet them in today's book. So today's book is called Lucky Ducklings. And there they are. Let's count them. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that one's standing up on the curb. And there's Mama Duck. Now this book, at the top, it says a true rescue story. So I think it's based on a real story. This book is written by Eva Moore, and the pictures were drawn by Nancy Carpenter. It's published by Scholastic Inc., and we're reading it today with their permission. Let's find out why these ducklings are so lucky. There they are again, sitting in the grass with Mama Duck. Oh, and now there's Mama Duck is stepping into the water. Do you think those baby ducks will follow? The duck family lived in a pretty pond in a green park in a sunlit little town at the end of a long, long island. What do you see in the water? I see those little ducks with Mama Duck, but what else? Oh, a boat, or 2 boats, you're right, and some big tall grass. Do you think the ducks will climb in the boat? Early one morning, Mama Duck swam to shore. She hopped out onto the grass. Right behind her came Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, Little Joe. Those names are kind of fun to say, aren't they? Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and Little Joe. What a fine day for a walk. Off they went through the green park. Whack-a-whack, Mama Duck called to her brood. Oh, brood, that's an interesting word. What does that mean? I think for Mama Duck, that means all her little ducklings, her family. Follow me. And Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, Little Joe lined up right behind her, and off they went. So they waddled along. They came out of the park and into the town. Look, they walked right by a booth, and someone is watching. Who else is following those ducks? I think I see a butterfly, do you? The ducks had a bite to eat. Where did they find their food? that trash can is overflowing, but the ducks, they like that. They took a little bite of some of that food. So they had a bite to eat. Now what do you think they will do? What would you like to do if you were a duck in a park? And then they went on their way. Mama Duck went first. So here she goes, walking down the street, walking right across. That looks like maybe a grate, some kind of grate in the street or the sidewalk. I think it's the street. There's little Joe, not yet quite hopping down from the curb. Right behind came Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, little Joe. Now look at that. Their feet, those little ducks are so tiny that when they stepped on the grate, they fell down inside. Oh dear. That could have been the end of the story. They each fell down the grate. But it wasn't, because how do you think they're going to get out? They all fell down the grate. The butterflies flying on. Someone saw what happened. Help, the woman cried. All the baby ducks fell into the storm drain. Call the fire department. So she called for help. People came to see what the matter was. They could hear the ducklings making a ruckus below. A ruckus. They were very loud. What do you think they were saying? Since they're ducks, they were probably saying quack, 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 quack. Now look, we are looking up from the storm drain in this picture. It's like we're the baby ducks looking up at the street, and you can see all the people looking down inside. They look really worried, don't they? Their eyes are really big and their mouths are wide open. Oh dear. How do you think they're going to get out? Mama Duck heard them too. She ran back to the storm drain and wouldn't let anyone get near. Look, she spread her wings wide. Whack, whack, she said. Get away from my babies. So she was yelling. She was quack, quacking in alarm. And there's all kinds of little quacks coming from inside that drain. Quack, 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 quack. So those baby ducks are quacking as loud as they can. Firemen Joe, Paul, and Dennis rushed to the rescue. They tried, but they couldn't open the grate. They pulled and they pulled, but it didn't work. The ducklings were trapped. Oh dear. That could have been the end of the story. But it wasn't, because now what do you think they will do? So pulling on the grate didn't work. Mama Duck is still standing by, worried. Oh, here's an idea. What's that? A pickup. A man named Perry had an idea. There was a big roll of cable in his pickup truck. He hooked the end of the cable to the grate, and then he switched on the motor. So he turned on the motor, and that cable tugged and tugged on the grate. Look at all the people watching, worried. Do you see Mama Duck in that picture? There she is, watching, and the fireman's holding her back. Who was in the truck? That's right, there's a dog there in the front seat. All right, do you think that will work? Do you think that cable will be strong enough to pop the grate open? Let's find out. Yes, and the grate popped off. So the grate, that cable pulled it right off. Quack, 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 quack. Those little ducks are still quacking. Fireman Paul climbed down, down, down into the storm drain. So he's coming right down in that drain. There's a ladder there. It's kind of dark. You might not be able to see it, but he's climbing down the ladder to get the little ducks. Everyone waited. And when they saw Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, little Joe. So he scooped each one of those little ducklings up out of the grate. Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, little Joe. Look where he put them. He dropped them right in a bucket full of water. Plop. Everyone cheered. Hooray! Yay! Do you want to give a cheer? Go ahead. Yay! Fireman Joe picked up the bucket filled with ducklings and started to cross the road. So he's carrying them back across. He was going to take the ducklings back to the park. But Mama Duck came running after him. Whack, 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 she cried. Bring my babies back. So she didn't like it that her babies were crossing the street without her, even if they were safe in a bucket. Oh dear, that could have been the end of the story. But it wasn't, because... So now what will they do? How will they get Mama Duck and the babies back to the park? Mama Duck is upset. She doesn't want her babies to go without her. Fireman Dennis knew just what to do. What's he doing? He has his hands up and the cars have stopped. So he's telling them to stop, and here she goes, walking right across the street towards her little ducklings. The cars are saying honk honk, beep beep, but they're waiting. At last, Mama Duck and her ducklings were together again, all safe and sound. Whack, whack, Mama Duck said. What lucky ducklings you are. Quack, 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 her ducklings agreed. The 5 lucky ducklings lined up behind their mama, and off they went. Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, little Joe. Now where do you think they will go? Is it time for a swim? Yes. And that is the end of the story. So there's a note in the beginning of this book that says that story really happened. It's a true story. It really happened in New York State a long time ago, in the year 2000. But thank goodness some people came to the rescue and those little ducklings were safe. Did you like that book? I think that's a pretty great story. I've seen some ducklings walking around, sometimes trying to cross the street. It's tricky. So we're going to finish today's story time with a song. The song is about a turkey and a duck. We're going to use our 2 hands. One hand will be Mr. Turkey and one hand will be Mr. Duck. You can put your thumbs up. One's a turkey, one's a duck. If that's too tricky, you could use your pointer fingers. Okay, so take those 2 hands and we're going to start with them behind our back. The song goes like this. Mr. Turkey went out one day in bright sunshiny weather. He met Mr. Duck along the way and they stopped and talked together. Now what does the turkey say? Gobble, gobble, gobble. What does the duck say? Oh, I think you're right. Quack, quack, quack. So they stopped and talked together. Gobble, 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 quack, quack, quack. Gobble, 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 quack, quack, quack. Gobble, 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 quack, quack, quack. Then they said goodbye and they both went back. Try that one more time. So we're going to take our 2 hands starting behind our back. One is a turkey, one is a duck. Here we go. Mr. Turkey went out one day in bright sunshiny weather. He met Mr. Duck along the way and they stopped and talked together. Gobble, 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 quack, quack, quack. Gobble, 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 quack, quack, quack. Gobble, 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 quack, quack, quack. Then they said goodbye and they both went back. Nice job. Friends, it was fun to see you again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.